9 Plus Us presents the Baseball Together podcast with your hosts, Blackjack Brad and Kansas City Little Big Briggy Blue Eyes. And now, Baseball Together.
Welcome to this week's episode of the Baseball Together podcast, Baseball Family. I am Brad, and as always, I am joined by our guy, Brig.
What's up, Baseball Family? So excited to be here.
We're so excited to be here. We are happy, and I think we're going to have a good time today. I think we're going to have a lot of fun. I'm going hat backwards today, so if I fidget with my hat, it's not something I do often. I was noticing that because of the green under the bill, if I looked up at all, it disappeared.
Might be because it's green under the visor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's get into that a little bit later. Bill versus visor. Anywho, let's go through real quick. How can you get in touch with the show? You can join the VIP group. Search 9 Plus Us VIPs on Facebook. You can follow us on Instagram at Baseball Together, or search 9 Plus Us, 9 plus sign, US. Yeah, 9 Plus Us. That's right.
Right.
It's like I'm missing some letters. That's because I normally spell it out. Anyway, you can follow us on Twitter, Baseball Together, at Baseball, the number 2 together, and then also submit to the mailbag. The link to the mailbag is in every doobly-doo of every episode.
It's in the doobly-doo.
Always in the doobly-doo. All right, now, let's get started, shall we?
Yes, Brad,
Okay.
we shall.
So, there was something funny that at least I thought was funny, came up this week. And we all love Manny Ramirez. Manny being Manny. Well, it turns out, at 47 years old, Manny wants to be Manny in Taiwan.
Yeah, he does.
And I couldn't be happier about it. I mean, especially at this point, if I was like, oh, Manny Ramirez is playing in Taiwan this morning at 6 o'clock, I'll turn it on. I mean, I work at 7.
Oh, yeah.
Why not?
Totally. You're there.
Yeah.
You're already up. Yeah,
Yeah.
you care. Yeah.
For sure. I mean, that's appointment TV at that point, right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, I mean, do you think he'd be successful at 47 in Taiwan, Brig?
Man, he will be successful publicity anywhere he goes. I don't know how well he plays baseball anymore. I don't know. But it would be fun to find out, and he'd draw a crowd, and, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think it's good.
Yeah, well, and, a lot of guys talk about how Manny Ramirez was the best hitter they'd ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard guys talk about that?
Yes, I have. Yes.
Yeah, well, and I actually watched a podcast. It's called R2C2. I know CC Sabathia is on it. I can't remember the other guy who he hosts with.
Yeah,
but
I don't
CC
either.
Sabathia was saying, he's like, Manny would let you get him out for his first 1 or 2 at bats. He was letting you get him out. He's like, but if you saw him a third time, there was no chance. You had no chance against him if you saw him a third time in a game. So
Yeah.
I mean, if he's been staying sharp, if he's been taking BP and stuff, then he might hit 450.
You got to know. So I saw a clip. A friend of mine today sent me a clip of Mike Tyson working out. He was doing focus mitts and the body pad, and that dude has still got it. Mike Tyson.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you saw the Hangover, that nasty right that he gives that Galifianakis.
Oh man, for real. And that was 10 years ago. This was last week, bro. Dude, this dude. So if Manny's doing anything like that, and I think once you get to that level, here's my freaking point. I think once you get to that level, you can't turn it off. It does become part of your everyday life, and how could it not? So
Yeah, absolutely.
he's taking BP. A-Rod's taking BP. These guys don't stop.
Oh yeah, you can't. It becomes so ingrained in you as part of your daily routine that I'm sure if you miss a day, it's like
you feel off.
Got any more than BP sessions?
Yeah. Yep. That's exactly right. Unless your hitting coach is trying to get a hold of you, and then you just gave him the wrong phone number.
That's right. That's right.
That's the funniest damn thing. Or, excuse me, funniest dang thing. What? Push the beep button. Sorry.
Well, so you brought up A-Rod. Let's get into
did.
A-Rod a little bit.
Okay.
What's that?
No, you're right. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's get into A-Rod. So he and J-Lo, we talked about this a couple months ago, I think it was. They want to buy the Mets.
Yep.
And them together, the two of them, like as much money as they have together, They don't have enough money to buy a Major League Baseball team. Not even the Mets. Because it takes a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. It's a stupid amount of money.
Billions of the B.
B.
So they've been trying to put together a group.
Right.
To buy the Mets. And it looks like, I mean, those, if any power couple in the country is like, let's put together a group, let's buy a Major League Baseball team. The ones I could see having success are Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen and
For sure.
Jennifer Lopez and Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah.
That's like, those are the two that I could see it happening with. So I could see possibly, I talked about how it probably wouldn't happen, but if A-Rod's just a minority owner, then maybe he will get into ownership and end up buying the Mets.
Well, and I think it will have to be a minority ownership situation, like you're saying.
Definitely.
So I wonder who they'll bring in. Is there any detail on who they're trying to recruit?
I didn't see any names. I did see that the billionaire, whoever they're kind of recruiting, wanted to buy the Mets at a discount, which, I mean, of course
everybody does. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
you
business.
don't stay a billionaire. You don't stay a billionaire by spending all your money. But at the same time, it's the Mets. It's kind of a discounted name, right?
Wow.
Because
there goes Brad.
Yeah, there goes Brad again. But I mean, you think about it. You got the Yankees and the Mets.
Yeah,
We've talked about this.
The
Mets
younger
are the
brother
little
thing. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, exactly right. But
it is that belief for sure. Hey, all you Mets fans out there, I still love you, man. Love you.
Hey, I don't have anything against Mets fans. I mean,
okay.
I've always said. So, I mean, as a Mariners fan, obviously I can't talk about anybody because the Mets have been to the World Series recently. Heck, they've been to the World Series
at least once
even.
yeah.
And they've won.
They sure did.
I've always said the people who cheer for bad teams are the most loyal friends.
Oh, yeah.
Because if they're willing to stick that out, what are they going to do for you?
Man, yeah. They can do anything.
So... yeah,
you're right.
I have no problem with Mets fans. It's just the older brother, little brother thing. That's all it is.
I feel you, dog. I feel you. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, there it is. All right.
I don't disagree with you. I don't know. But I'm a Yankees fan. I don't think my opinion should count here. I mean, come on.
You can give your opinion. It just doesn't mean anything.
Let's just back it right out of here.
Well, let's before I put my foot in my mouth any further and offend anybody else, let's move on. So now, Major League Baseball has put out something this week, and it feels like it might be more of a plan than just an idea.
What?
I mean, let me know what you think here, Brig.
A plan from Rob?
What this one is everybody's going to finish spring training at their home parks, okay? Because by now, if you can't finish spring training in your home park, you shouldn't be playing baseball there anyway.
Yeah,
It's May. It's
totally.
May now. So,
yeah,
it's finish spring training, and then what they're going to do is their realignment seems like it's going to be part of the plan this year. It's going to have to be realigned just so that things can get done.
Yeah, I agree.
And this one includes 3 divisions: West, Central, East, and it's exactly what it sounds like. All they're taking is the West Division, AL, NL, putting together, that's one division. AL Central, NL Central, one division. Same thing with the East, one division. And that way it reduces travel and exposure, and it ideally, I think this is the best plan or idea they've come up with.
Dude, just give me baseball.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I would watch Taiwan baseball at 6 a.m. because it's baseball.
Look,
I watched Venezuelan Winter League a couple months ago.
Yeah, you did. Look, let me tell you this. If you think that the Chicago Bulls want to play baseball, let's let them play baseball. Like, I don't care.
That's right.
If the Utah Jazz want to step onto the field, let them step onto the field. I don't care. Somebody play baseball so I can watch it.
Exactly. Yeah. My thing is that this feels like the most realistic plan / idea that's been proposed that can work,
right,
and be sustained.
Yes,
that's my thing with it. Is that, like, hey, we're at least headed in the right direction. I feel like
I agree. So here's, you said this plan is likely going to go into effect by what, June 1st?
From what I read, I just saw a little blip. I can't remember actually even if I read it or heard it on the radio this week.
Oh, yeah.
Middle of June, end of July for the season to start.
Okay.
So with a 3-week spring training, end of May, beginning of June.
Yep.
And that's obviously tentative because nobody knows.
For sure. Here in South Carolina, we're opening up the mall this week.
Nice.
The malls, the beaches have opened, and we're doing restaurants can do patio dining, so outdoor seating only.
Oh, wow.
On Monday, today. So that's a huge deal, very exciting. Yeah, so hopefully that won't, bring about more chaos, though it may. I don't know.
Right.
This thing might spread faster, but that'd be terrible. But at the same time, I mean, things have to get back to normal as close as possible, or these businesses are going to go out completely out of business. And baseball might be one of them. Honestly, we've got to think about it on a minor league level. These teams, they're discussing playing actual minor league baseball seasons inside the stadiums with no fans. That would basically cripple, right? If you have to do that much payroll and staffing and grounds crew and all that, but with no fans, man.
Yeah, that's tough.
It would be financial
honestly,
burden.
I don't know that this would be the case, but I would think that minor league teams, if there is no season, might just let the infield grow and have them mow the grass like once a month.
Yeah.
Because you can do maintenance on a field and have it ready within a couple weeks.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, granted, that was a high school field we did that with, but still, I feel like you can minimize maintenance on a field and you can still kind of keep your head above water. But when it comes back around, you probably don't have any liquid to pay to get it all together, right?
Right. That's the problem is cash flow.
That's the issue.
It's a cash flow problem.
Yeah.
Money in, money out.
Yeah.
So these ball clubs, these minor league ball clubs, live pretty close to the edge. I feel like they're always pushing the envelope. And you know what? Major League Baseball teams have the same problem. Some of them, especially in the small markets. Yeah. So they're not sitting on a cash reserve. And these smaller market teams don't have a wide enough fan base. Some of them, where people are out buying merch right now. And then it all comes back to TV deals, man. It's all the money's in ticket sales and broadcast. That's all it is.
And speaking of TV deals, I'm curious what the TV deals are going to be like this year.
Right.
If telecom companies are going to be like, well, you need us, so we're not going to pay you at a premium.
Yep.
If what's going to go on there, I think that would be interesting. That's going to be interesting to see. Or if they're going to be, we understand and go with it. I don't know, because that's not typically how business is done, right?
Well, especially not in telecom. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
It's pretty rough. But I do like the idea of 3 divisions, and I do think it's viable, especially with travel considerations.
Right.
Unless you're in the West.
Yeah.
And then you're hosed every time you turn around. So.
Yeah, it still is, because there's still that jaunt from Seattle to Houston, which doesn't make any sense to me.
No,
but
it never will.
Whatever.
Yeah.
No. But anywho, so we actually have some bad news. I'm sure a lot of people have seen this. Anybody who actually follows baseball news has seen this. Trey Mancini with the Baltimore Orioles will be beginning chemotherapy.
Yep.
This week?
Yeah.
Is that right?
May have already started by now.
Yeah, probably already started by now. But he has stage 3 colon cancer, and if I remember right, he had something along these lines earlier in the season.
Yeah, it's some sort of test came back or something. I don't remember, but it's all been confirmed now. It's stage 3 colon cancer, and that's a rough deal.
It really is. Yeah. Yeah. So our thoughts are definitely with him.
Yeah.
And I mean, it doesn't matter if you're not an Orioles fan. just a fan of baseball, you hate to see
Yeah,
it. Fan of people, even you
Yeah.
hate to see it. It's terrible.
Yeah, so all you fans of people out there, yeah. You're right, though, Brad. I mean, I have to make a dark joke. So for those of you that don't know, my wife has cancer right now. She just got out of the hospital with, she did a big procedure, stem cell procedure. And so this is something that's really close to us at our house right now, especially with our baseball family and those of us that know, most of us know what's going on. But so our hearts really do go out to Trey Mancini. I don't know if he's listening to this or watching this, but we're with you, brother. And it's incredible what you're about to go through. And, you know, we pray for you. We really do. And we wish you the best.
That's right. Couldn't have said it better myself. You know, along the lines, I guess going back to the COVID-19 cancellations, this week we saw that the Little League World Series is going to be canceled as well.
Man, serious.
You know, and it was one of those things where we assumed it was going to happen because it didn't seem like there was going to be any Little League.
Yeah.
We ended up not signing up Wilson for Little League this year because there's going to be some changes and we weren't sure exactly when they were going to happen.
Yeah.
So we were like, you know what? We won't play right now. I'll just continue to play with them in the yard and everything. And so we kind of joked. Mel and I kind of joked. We're like, "Wow, we picked a good year to not sign them up with no Little League." But it's a bummer because I feel like there are kids who have at least an inkling that's saying, this could be the year that we go because, if there were young teams last year who made it, like we could go next year. Some kids that I grew up with, they were a couple years younger than me. They got really close one year, made it the next year, and won it.
It's not uncommon. Yeah.
So it's not. Yeah.
Well,
so it's.
No, I was just going to say that Nick Lorenzo, also a member of the VIP group in our baseball family, he's let us know that he coached a Little League World Series team, and he said that he feels really bad for the people of Williamsport because it is a tourist town and it's an economic boon to them. Every year they rely on it for lots of things, and those families and those businesses are going to get hit pretty hard this year. So I don't know what we can do to help them as a baseball community, but we should probably spend some time thinking about it.
Yep, I agree. But speaking of COVID-19, everybody stay home, stay healthy. I know that things are starting to open up a little bit, but still make sure that you use caution. Let's go ahead and head on to our coronavirus PSA.
COVID-19, better known as coronavirus, has spread throughout the world. There are a few ways to help lower the spread of this respiratory disease. Wash your hands. Avoid touching your face, including mouth, nose, and eyes. Cover your coughs and sneezes. Monitor your symptoms and consult with your doctor. Stay at home and away from other sick people except for medical care. Clean and disinfect high-touch surfaces. For more information, please visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. Thank you.
Welcome back, baseball family. We're glad you're here with us. What we are going to do today is another newly popular segment on the show about baseball memorabilia. Yeah. So let's play that game that we are coming to love called What Was That Cost? Okay. Okay, so I did a dance for you, just for you,
Perfect.
Brad.
Perfect.
And all of the baseball family on YouTube. All right, check it out. In honor of Brad this week, what I decided to do was to look up a Ken Griffey Jr. signed baseball bat.
Oh.
Huh? You like?
How much money is in the bank right now? You can have it all.
You don't want to know, bro. Now, here's the thing. Let me specify. I've done a little bit of research into this, and I know a little bit about baseball bats. And what I will tell you is that they are not created equal. Okay?
That's true. That's right.
Then once they are, it depends on who made it, what it's made of, how it's finished, with what color it is, and what foil is used, and that all gets into player specifications and stuff like that. Now, years ago, you could go buy a Ken Griffey Jr. bat, Louisville Slugger, off the rack, and it was just a crappy sort of training model or whatever that they turned for you to make you think you were super cool. It's not what he's using in real life. It's the same turning model, same dimensions perhaps, but it's really not the same, okay?
Right.
Quality of the wood and everything. So you have to take that into consideration when you're doing memorabilia searches, all right? It's very important.
Right.
Now, Ken Griffey Jr. swung a what color bat?
Black.
Every day, right?
Every day.
Black bat, made by Louisville Slugger.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the deal. A genuine. Now it depends on if did he use it in a game? Did he not? Was it before he was in the Hall of Fame, or was it after? Right.
Mm-hmm.
In the memorabilia world, all these details are really important.
Right.
And what you got to make sure is that you get a signed COA, right? A certificate of authentication. Authentication is not a word. It's not.
Is it
it's never been a word.
Is that the word you're looking for?
Certificate of authenticity or authentication. Authentication? Authentication is still not a word. The point is you need a COA, all right?
Right.
And so a signed baseball bat, Ken Griffey Jr., let's just throw out all the details. Let's say, what is the lowest you think you would ever pay for a signed Ken Griffey Jr. baseball bat, Brad?
The lowest I think I would pay?
Yeah. Let's say you're not terribly worried. It's got to have COA.
Right.
Super duh. But other than that, you don't care. Game used or not, doesn't matter. Before or after the Hall of Fame, maybe you don't care. Whatever. What's the cheapest you think you'd be willing to go?
Probably $5,000.
What's the most expensive you think you'd be willing to go?
I don't know. Take it all. I mean,
all right.
I think a Babe Ruth bat goes around $1 million, something like that, right?
I don't know. We haven't done that segment yet, Brad. I
we
don't
haven't.
know.
Maybe we'll do that one soon.
Yeah,
but I would think probably 15, 20 grand.
All right.
Like I said, I'm not incredibly familiar with the market, so
totally okay.
That's what I would pay if I had the money. If I was in that business, that's probably what I would pay.
All right, check it out. The market is in the toilet right now. Okay.
Oh yeah, most things are.
So here's the deal. I did a quick search, just quick. I don't have time for this too much, but I did a quick search. Let's start with the least expensive bat I could find was $200.
Okay, yeah.
Now, I don't know what kind of, I don't know anything about it other than
that could be a replica that was just signed.
Totally, exactly. Something you might get at Dick's, right? Who cares? Yeah. But it's signed. It's black. It's the same turning model, Louisville Slugger, the whole shebang. Okay.
Right.
The most expensive bat I could find was $6,000. Quick search.
Oh wow.
Quick search. I'm sure you can get more expensive ones.
Yeah.
But like if it was from 2001, maybe.
So next week, behind me, you will see a black Ken Griffey Jr. Louisville Sluggers bat signed.
Yes. For $200, what do you care, right?
Yeah. Where? Point me in the direction.
Shut up and take my money. All right. I'll send you the link.
Absolutely.
I will.
You. Appreciate
Your wife will be so mad at me. Sorry, Mel. I'm not sorry, though. I'm not sorry.
Not happy.
All right, Brad. What game did you watch this week, my friend?
So this week I watched Game 1 of the 1988 World Series, Athletics at Dodgers.
Nice.
October 15th, 1988.
Very good.
Now, I was 2, okay? And this is actually a World Series that I kind of have a little bit of a connection to. My family was at Disneyland during this series, okay?
Yeah.
So while we were there, my dad was like, hey, World Series, we're in L.A. Well, Anaheim, L.A. Metro. Sure. And he's like, Dodgers in the World Series, let's pick them up. And so I had a Dodgers hat when I was little. And my in-laws are not happy about seeing the pictures of me wearing a Dodgers hat because they're Angels fans.
Yeah, for sure.
But so this was like my I mean, I was obviously born the year that the Mets won the World Series and the Buckner game and everything. But this is almost like my birthing into baseball World Series, because it was it's the series that I've heard the most about in my life as far as like having any kind of connection to, right? Because of being at Disneyland at that time, having the Dodgers hat, and running around wearing that Dodgers hat for a couple years after that. So this is the Kirk Gibson game,
right?
For anybody who is not aware. So there, I watched this game just kind of, I wanted to enjoy it because I've never watched it. I don't watch a whole lot of 80s baseball until the last few weeks. And so I just wanted to sit and watch this game, see some things that are different that I might notice, compared to what's going on now. Like obviously the game is played very differently now, because you had Vince Scully talking about guys who come up to the plate and saying, "Oh, this guy's a contact hitter. Watch for the hit and run," stuff like that. Because contact hitters don't have a spot in baseball anymore, unfortunately.
It's too bad.
It really is. So there were a few things I noticed. One, Brig, did you watch a lot of? You watched a lot of baseball in the '90s, I assume.
Oh
right?
Man, yes, constantly.
So I don't know if I just ended up watching a lot of Dodger games, or if this guy happened to be the official radar gun guy of Major League Baseball. But something I noticed. Did you ever see the guy behind home plate with the radar gun and the fedora?
Of course, yeah.
He was there.
Really?
Mike Brito is his name.
With the light-colored fedora.
Yep.
It's white. It was white Panama straw or something.
Yeah. Well, this was it was like a white Panama hat.
Yeah.
And a cigar with the radar gun.
Yeah, for sure.
I was watching that game. I was like, whoa! I remember that guy from my childhood.
That guy's there. Yeah.
It was crazy. I couldn't believe it.
Well, he probably looked like every
man.
Scout ever.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Every scout, I'm sure, at that time
all...
was like Panama hat,
the
cigar,
big checkered blazer.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That was him.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there watching the mail. I was like, I recognize that guy.
Yeah.
He is a figure of my childhood.
Totally, dude. For sure.
One of those weird things. Like I felt like every Sunday night ESPN game, he was behind the plate with his radar gun, just pointing it, and it was amazing. I was so excited to see Mike Brito pointing his radar gun in 1988.
Dilly, Mike.
Dilly.
Fantastic.
So there was that. First off, also Jose Canseco was batting third for the A's.
Yeah.
That game. And a couple things with Jose Canseco. First, there was a little bit. There was a steroid controversy with him at the time. It sounded like some writer in the New York Post had said something about how he takes steroids, and they actually showed a clip of him on NBC saying, "I can't believe anybody would say that. That's horrible that he would say that about a baseball player that he doesn't even know, and it's bad for the player, it's bad for his family. Like that's wrong."
Yeah.
Well, come to find out. He was the guy, and I was looking at him. I was like, "Well, typically you don't look like that if you're not on steroids." The guy was a freaking triangle, Brig.
Yeah, right.
Shoulders were like 6 feet wide. He looked like a cartoon. He looked like Kronk from
like
Emperor's
Kronk.
New Groove.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hard to fit. I'm a 32 waist and a 66 long.
Yeah.
That's what he looked like. He was the personification of Kronk. With his pants were too tight and too short, so his stirrups went up about halfway up his legs. But then his body, 32 waist with like a triple XL because his shoulders and chest are so huge.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, no, dude, you're juicing, man.
He probably walked up to the plate with his own theme music, right? Yeah, that's right. Dude,
sure he did.
Dude, we just bridged generational gaps here.
Yes, we did.
That covered everybody.
So Jose Canseco, massive man.
Yeah,
just obviously on steroids. So he gets up there, gets hit by a pitch on his first at bat. Then he comes in his second at bat, bases loaded. The graphic pops up, says has never hit a grand slam in his career. Boom, line drive over the center field fence, grand slam. I was like, oh, well, look at that. Speaking of the broadcaster curse.
Oh, yeah, the broadcaster curse for sure.
And then Dennis Eckersley came in to close out the game because that Grand Slam those are the only runs the A's scored all game.
Yeah.
So Eckersley came in the bottom of the ninth. A's had a 4-3 lead over the Dodgers, and Eckersley walked Mike Davis, so he's up on first. Kirk Gibson comes in to pinch hit, and the graphic pops up, says Eckersley has not given up a home run this season. Boom! Line drive over right field fence.
Oh,
Game over.
On a bum leg, though.
On a bum leg.
That's the best part.
Oh, totally, because he did not put any legs into that swing.
No.
Zero.
He just
legs.
hacked at it.
It was a complete flick of the wrist.
Yeah.
He was not trying to hit the ball with the fence. He was trying to put it in play, find some grass, get on base. He let a pinch hitter come out and run for him. But he got all of it. He squared it up and hit a line drive over the right field fence. And they showed Tommy Lasorda, he jumps out of the dugout, loses his mind, runs onto the field and everything. Yeah. But yeah, it was funny. It was love that guy. But well, for a few reasons. But anyways, no, the game was a fun watch. I mean, it's not like anybody was really getting shut down. The it ended up being 7 hits to 7 hits. There were a few walks. There was some good base running, some stolen bases, hit and run, stuff like that. It was a fun watch. If you haven't watched it in a while, if you've never watched the game, go back and watch it for sure, because it's a good watch. It was entertaining start to finish, and it goes really fast. Before I knew it, Gibson was coming up. I was like, wait, I thought it was like the 7th inning. When did I lose track of 2 innings?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was cool. And the 9th inning, they show the camera panning up and down the Dodgers dugout, and they say, well, we don't see Kirk Gibson anywhere. He's the guy who's really been the shot in the arm for the Dodgers offense this postseason. So it doesn't look like they're going to pinch hit.
Yeah.
But then he came in. I think Davis is up to bat, and he finally came into the dugout. Was ready to go. But no, cool game, lots of fun. Go ahead and watch it. Brig, what game did you watch this week?
I watched the game of the week, actually. Major League Baseball's. Nice. It was Friday night, or Saturday night, actually. It was Saturday night. I watched Game 6 of the 2009 World Series. Right on. Phillies at Yankees is what it was. And it was great. It was so great. So the 2009, I had just joined the Army. And I remember in the World Series, when the Yankees went to the World Series, I was at a field training exercise. This is a story for you. When they won the ALCS and they went to the World Series, I was in the field, covered in camouflage and all this garbage, and doing maneuvers or whatever you call them. Anyway, so we were doing that, and I get to the car after our training stuff. I get to my car. I check my phone. Yankees win. I lost it, right? And in uniform, I took off my uniform hat. They call it a cover. Took off my uniform hat, reached into my back seat, pulled on my Yankees cap.
Nice.
Man. And then guess what happened? I got chewed out. No, I got chewed out so hard. Dude, a senior NCO saw me. I was brand new to the Army. I had no idea what I was doing. And
it was a Phillies fan?
No. No, but that's funny. So this senior NCO sees me in uniform. It's an U.S. Army uniform with a non-regulation cap on. Man, he lit into me so hard. So I took the Yankees hat off, and I got back in the car and switched them right back. Drove home. I drove home in complete violation of all uniform code and all everything, regulations.
Oh, that's funny.
Anyway, so I have fond memories of 2009. And awesome. 2009, Game 6, November 4th, 2009, is Wednesday night. And I remember watching it. It was awesome, man. Andy Pettit's on the mound. Pedro Martinez is on the mound opposing. It's epic, dude. This is back when when Hideki Matsui was playing for the Yankees and Johnny Damon was there, Alex Rodriguez was there, Derek Jeter was there. I think Derek Jeter, if I remember right, went 5 for 5 that night, which is insane, right? It's just absolutely insane.
That is insane. Absolutely insane.
And no base on balls either. He didn't walk one time. So, man, what a cool experience. And some of the names that came up in the game that I thought were really interesting, Mark Teixeira. I mean, that's a name that all Yankees fans know, all Braves fans know for sure. Yeah. And then Jay Happ, who's still in the game today, was there.
He's still slinging it, man.
I know, man. Isn't that crazy? It's like, for me, 2009 is this weird break because we don't see, Jeter's gone, A-Rod's gone, Pedro's gone, Matsui's gone, and then we got these guys like Happ that are still there and that were young at the time, and it's just very cool. So I mean, the game was very. I mean, I don't want to call it one-sided, but it was. Nobody scored in the first. Yankees scored 2 runs in the second. Philly answers with 1 run in the top of the third. Yankees come back with 2 runs in the bottom of the third. Scoreless in the fourth. Top of the fifth. 0 runs for Philadelphia. Yankees pile it on with 3 more runs. I mean, at that point, it was just like, oh my gosh, how are we going to do this? I mean,
pretty much out of reach.
Yeah, Yankees are up 7-0, or they're up by 7 runs. The Phillies had 1 run at that point. In the sixth, the top of the sixth, they start to get something together. They score 2 runs. Yankees cannot answer in the bottom of the sixth, but that's how the game ends: 3 runs to 7 in New York. Game 6, World Series over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
Yankees win.
Yeah, baby. Sweet music to my ears. And
at that point, it had been what, 9 years?
9 years since there was a Game 6, and
well, I'm thinking since the Yankees won the World Series, right?
That's
9
right,
because they won 2000.
Yeah, 9.
Oh, what a drought!
9 years since they won. 6 years since a World Series had gone to a Game 6. Hadn't gone to a Game 6 since the 2003 World Series, actually. Yeah. Which the Yankees also participated in.
Yeah, and now, bringing that up, I do remember there was kind of a spell where the World Series just was not that great. But I feel like since 2009, we've been spoiled.
Spoiled rotten.
Absolutely spoiled.
Well, and I mean, honestly, the last handful of years have been just bananas. Like if we've been spoiled from 09 to 15, 14, then from 14, 15 on, it's been like unheard of, amazing, just ridiculous.
Those have been some of the most amazing series I've ever seen in my life.
For sure. Well, and part of that,
baseball or otherwise.
Yeah, totally. And part of that is we are more prepared to interpret. Also, the game has changed so dramatically since then. It really has, like you pointed out. Just the difference from 88 to 09 was huge. But then even the differences from 09 to 2019 are just staggering. I mean, they really are.
Yeah.
So, yeah, when you break it all down, the game was, I don't even know how to say what I'm trying to say. It was great, but it was not unexpected for 2009. But now, man, nobody can win at home in 2019. What the heck is up with that? That was awesome.
Yeah, so weird. They always, the old cliche, the series doesn't start until the home team loses. Like, well, game 1 of this series is on.
It's off. Here we go. Yeah, you're right. No, it was great. It was great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right.
Must be nice to watch your team win a World Series.
I don't know what to do with that. I feel like I know what it's like all the time, and not going to apologize for that, Brad. I know you tried to like throw your dagger in there.
Yeah.
It is good. It is. It's good. 27. Okay.
It's like that Michael Scott. I love inside jokes. I hope to be a part of one someday.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I love watching the teams win the World Series. I hope mine wins one someday.
That's exactly right. You will. You will. You might not live to see it, but it'll happen.
Hopefully this decade. This decade. I'm calling it this decade.
That's right. You've been saying that for weeks. All right, baseball family, we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we got a game we came up with, and we think you're going to like it. It involves spending money and drafting, and I don't know. It's crazy, but we'll talk to you about it when we get back.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back with me. Root, root, root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Shop kids' baseball shirts at 9pluss.com.
Welcome back, baseball family. So Brig and I were trying to figure out a game to play because we like to play games. It's fun.
Yeah.
And so Brig actually suggested, he's like, we could go back and do like fantasy teams with like all-time players. We could do current players. So this week we decided to start with our fantasy starting rotation with current pitchers. Okay.
Yep.
Another time I'm sure we'll end up doing all-time, whatever. But this week we're doing current players, our fantasy starting rotation. So here are the rules. Most of us have seen on Instagram or something, somebody will post a grid of a bunch of players. It'll say you have X amount of dollars and everybody's assigned a dollar amount. So what we're doing here, we have $16 to choose 5 players valued at $5, $4, $3, $2, and $1. We're going to do this draft style. Because I
Because you changed the rules halfway through.
Not just halfway through. I was constantly changing the rules. 2 weeks ago, we were deciding to do this, and up until the second we started recording today, I was like, "Hey, let's do it this way." And Brig was like, "Well, yeah, of course you changed the rules on me."
I had it all ready to go. I was really deliberate. I spent my $16 perfectly. And I was like, no, it was perfectly balanced. And now Brad's like, you might not be able to pick that guy. And I'm like, ah! So
since I threw a monkey wrench in the whole thing, I'm going to let Brig go first. I'm going to handicap it a little bit for him.
Okay. All right. Now, did you want to tell them that this is also built for 5 years?
Oh, yeah, that's right. We're building a rotation for the next 5 years as well.
So you want this to last 5 years, okay? And we're going to put this up. We're going to put a link in the doobly-doo or find a way somehow. We'll put it in the VIP group. I already have it, I'm sure. But here's the point. Yeah. You're going to have access to this, and we want to know how you spend your $16. Who do you agree with? Because my first pick is Garrett Cole, $5.
Of course. $5, Bob.
Come at me.
All right. Let me log that. This is forever, Brig. This is forever and always your starting rotation. So I'm putting it on the internet as we speak.
Okay. All right.
So my first pick, I am going to pick for $5, Bob, Jacob deGrom.
Ooh, okay. I didn't see that going that way.
Yeah, right. That just happened.
All right. He was my number 3 $5 option. So it's fine.
All right, go ahead.
Well, if you're going to leave it open like that, I want Justin Verlander.
That's fine. You're not going to win a World Series, but you can have him.
Hey, he's a clubhouse guy. Okay? Call the burn unit. Call the burn unit.
He is a clubhouse guy. He'll
He's
talk
a clubhouse
trash on
guy.
Everybody else in the league, but he won't say a word about anybody in his clubhouse. I'll give you
He has lots of great leadership capabilities. He has rules that he lives by. It's like a samurai code with that dude, okay?
It's true. Absolutely true. Okay. My next $5 pick
is
Max Scherzer.
Yeah, I knew you were going to go there.
Yeah. I like that guy.
I know you do.
I mean, why not? Why
I
not?
don't know. It's up to you. It's your choice. It's your money. You spend however you want.
Okay, so let's recap real quick. I know it was pretty quick, but let's recap. So Brig has spent $10. He's got Garrett Cole and Justin Verlander. I have spent $10. I have Jacob deGrom and Max Scherzer.
Yeah.
We have $6 remaining each.
Okay. $6. That's not very much.
It really isn't.
Bro, I have two guys who will literally light you up all season long. Verlander, okay. I know. I will recognize that Verlander's a little shaky in the offseason. I got it. I understand that. But it doesn't matter because he brings so much more to the table. All right, so I'm going to destroy you. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, hold on. Now, this is part of the reason I said 5 years.
I don't care. I know what you said. I understand.
All right. Well, are you ready for it? He's 37, man.
I don't care. I know.
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
You know I'm a clubhouse kind of guy. Okay?
It's true.
That's how I am. I need my clubhouse leadership guys. Like Dustin Pedroia sitting the bench right now. I want him in the clubhouse. Okay? I understand that it's expensive, but he is invaluable. He needs to be managing or something somewhere. Okay?
He should be. Yeah.
I got it. Okay.
Absolutely.
Next pick for me, I'm going to spend $3 on Blake Snell.
That's a solid pick.
Yeah, and I need a lefty for crying out loud.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. Boy, by the way, you didn't do when you picked these pitchers, they were few and far between on the lefties.
You know what? Honestly, what I did was I got on Baseball Reference, and it's probably not a bad idea to do this. I got on Baseball Reference, and I went through and picked the guys with some of the best numbers throughout the year. I disregarded wins just because I feel like out of the control of the pitcher, because you've got DeGrom,
who cares?
who has one of the best ERAs
absolutely
in the league, but he's an under 500 pitcher because he doesn't get any run support.
Right. So ridiculous. The stat is absurd.
It is. It needs to be done away with.
Mm-hmm.
So,
absolutely.
Pitchers can't be held to that.
Okay, Brad, why are you going to spend your third pick? What's your third pick?
Okay. So I'm going to go with, for $4,
ooh,
for the next 5 years, Mr. Walker Buehler.
Oh, nice.
Buehler.
Buehler.
Yeah. I think that is the best value on the market in the whole entire thing. Yeah. Because he's so young and he's so dang good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You stole my pick.
If you've got 1, 2, 3 DeGrom, Scherzer, Buehler, you're not losing.
No, you're right. And you totally stole my pick. That was, he was on my list.
Yes.
But I had to change a couple of things. That's why I couldn't go with Walker Buehler. My next pick, it's so funny that we haven't overlapped yet. Not too much. I'm going to spend $2 on Lucas Giolito. That's my next pick.
Ooh, Giolito. I saw him. I was putting him on the list. I was like, Briggs going to take him. He's a big Giolito fan.
I love Giolito, man. He's awesome. And I'm telling you what, he's going to be part of the anchor that's going to take Chicago South Side into the next level. I'm telling you.
Dude, he is.
Watch. Him and Tim Anderson.
Yep. Yeah, that's going to be their core.
It'd be part of it.
For sure.
For sure.
Okay, so you've spent $15.
Yeah, man.
Thus far, I have spent $14, and I still have 2 picks. So you know where I've got to go to the bargain bin.
Me too. Of course. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, of course.
So for $1, I am going to take Marcus Stroman.
Shut up. Are you serious?
True story.
Woo! Okay. All right. I like the way
I like that guy, man.
I do too.
That guy, he's not just a pitcher, he's an athlete, man.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. So
100%
I want a guy like that, especially if we're going to the World Series and we're going to have no DH for any extended period of time in that series.
Yes.
I want that guy up to the plate.
Okay. I can
that extends his outings.
I respect that. That's pretty good, man. He's on my list too, but it was on my short list, but I didn't go with him.
Rounding out your starting rotation, your 5th starter in your fantasy starting rotation for $16 you have?
Trevor Bauer.
Solid pick. I knew one of us was probably going to take him. I like that
It was
guy.
between him and Mad Bomb, dude, and I was like, well, so I went with youth, and I went with attitude. See, the thing about Trevor Bauer, he's got a lot of personality. He's got a lot of attitude. I understand that. I got you. But at the same, and he might rock the clubhouse boat a little bit. Got it. Fine. But I got Justin Verlander in there who's going to anchor that. Okay. Culturally, we're going to be fine. Got no problems there. What we're going to get is a fan base draw with Trevor Bauer. We're going to leverage all his social media stuff, and he's young, and he's still got fire. And on top of his fire, he still has a very systematic approach to everything he does. Everything is purposeful. Everything is pre-planned. Everything is thought out. Dude is playing chess constantly. That's what I want. You gotta.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He's a smart dude.
Dude
man.
is so smart. So if I gotta spend $1 on anybody, I'm picking the brain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get that. That's a smart pick. And something about Trevor Bauer that I did not realize until recently. Okay, are you ready for this?
I'm ready, man.
So he was drafted by the Diamondbacks. I knew that, but it was the first round, number 3 pick in the 2011 MLB June amateur draft out of UCLA.
That's right.
Right? Can you tell me when he made his major league debut?
No.
So he's drafted in June 2011. He made his major league debut June 28th, 2012.
What?
Phenom, man. I didn't realize that.
Oh,
And that
wow.
might be part of the reason he has some control issues.
Oh, yeah.
Because he spent no time in the minor leagues.
I did not
I
know
didn't
that.
realize
I didn't
that.
realize that.
Yeah, so it goes to say something,
my
I feel like, for his
gosh.
ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a legit pitcher, man. He's something else. And I feel like John Gruden saying man all the time. Yeah, man, he's a great pitcher, man.
Yeah, man.
I gotta stop that. Ugh.
Dude, you don't have to talk to me about John Gruden. I've been a Raiders fan way longer than I should have been, so
That's fantastic.
that's a totally different
Just
story.
Fantastic.
That's a completely Look, I got into it when Howie Long was there, and okay, so you got to leave me alone. And I don't watch the NFL anymore anyway, so it's fine.
Right. Yeah.
Bill
No big
Romanowski
deal.
left, and that was pretty much it for me. Which is so ironic because of my PED issues. I don't know. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I've always thought it's funny you liked Romanowski for that reason.
I know.
But anyways,
Okay, well, who you got?
all right. So that's you've got your 5. For my last one, I'm gonna make a homer pick and pick Marco Gonzalez.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna do that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what, I mean. There's a reason I put him on there because I wanted to pick him.
I saw that. I was like, what? And you know what? He probably proved to be awesome, but
Well, he's really good.
yeah,
I mean,
totally.
it's the same thing. That his problem is he just doesn't get any run support.
No.
And I feel like if you've got him rounding out your 5, that's a pretty good tail end of your rotation.
Yeah, I agree. Well, and if Vogelbach could stay healthy, he probably would get some run support, right?
Yeah, him and if Haniger
and
had missed
Haniger.
half the season with a ruptured testicle.
Yeah,
then-
Haniger.
Haniger, what did I say?
No, you said Haniger. That's just,
Oh, did I?
it's just funny because the story behind it is Craytown, and I feel like we haven't got the whole story. But this is a family show, and we're not going to talk about that. But it's like what actually happened, you know? That's all I want to know.
Oh, didn't you see it?
No,
Didn't you see it happen?
No.
It's a foul ball, man.
Oh no, I didn't see that. Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, it's a foul ball.
I just heard the story and I was like, sure.
No, I saw the replay. I was like, oh man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a foul ball, and he ended up missing the rest of the season because of it.
That explains how much Seattle baseball I watch. What? Just kidding.
And
Oh.
guess what? That's about the only reason there was to watch it last year. So
No, dude, they went on a tear early on. I was watching a lot of Seattle baseball early on.
yeah, everybody.
Dude,
was.
you were calling me. You were like, "This is it, dude. This is it. Vogelbach's freaking Babe Ruth reincarnate, man. It's gonna be awesome. We got this." And I was like, "Whoa."
turned out to be more Chris Farley than Babe Ruth.
Yeah, that's true. It was pretty great. That beginning of 2019 was pretty awesome.
Oh, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was a whole lot of
It
fun
was.
for about 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3.
Maybe a month.
Yeah, 4. I was going to say 3, 4. So, yeah, it's awesome.
But all right, let's recap real quick. So we had $16 to spend on 5 pitchers. Yeah. And initially I said $17, but then I was like, wait a minute, you can just take 3 $5 pitchers and then put 2 $1 at the end and you're good. So I decided to go. That's why I chose 16.
You did a pretty good. I think it was a pretty good decision, but you did change the rules on me after I'd already made my picks.
I think that was this afternoon.
Yeah, that's right. Pretty good stuff.
So Brig, you've got Cole, Verlander at $5 a piece, Snell at $3, Giolito at $2, and Bauer at $1.
And that's not the rotation I would put them in, by the way. But yes.
Oh, what order would you put them in?
Okay, I would. I mean, it would depend on matchups and different strategies and stuff like that, where we're playing national versus American over the season, stuff like that. But honestly, I got to give Garrett Cole number 1. Number 2 slot, I would probably honestly give to Blake Snell. And then I think I would. It would be number 3 would be a toss between Verlander and Giolito, and then I would end with whoever's left, and then Bauer number 5.
Nice.
That's what I would do.
Right on. That's cool.
I only have one left-hand pitcher, so.
Oh. Yeah. I'm not too concerned about that these days. So I've got DeGrom at $5, Scherzer at $5, Buehler at $4, Stroman at $1, Marco Gonzalez at $1. And I'd probably go with that order too.
Oh, would you?
The order that I picked them.
Nice.
Yeah. I'd go down. Just DeGrom started off because nobody's going to hit him.
No, yeah. Right.
And then Scherzer,
same,
wreck their confidence for the next day, and then Buehler continue with it.
Totally.
But yeah, no, I think those are 100-win teams we've got there for 5 years in a row. It's too bad there's a luxury tax.
Man, I agree with you. Maybe we should discuss a salary cap instead of a luxury tax.
Maybe we will. And that is what you call
That's right. And baseball family, with that, we want to let you know that you can jump on the shop at 9plusus.com, and it's NINEPLUSUS.com. I'm wearing my I Speak Fluent baseball shirt. This is in our one of our fine summer colors. It's Tiffany blue.
Nice. Get ready for the heat.
Yeah, I'm wearing blue and pink already. And then this is my perfect hat. Nice. It comes in navy and white lettering red. The K is red. And we got all kinds of cool stuff on there. In fact, I was up till 4 o'clock in the morning the other night, just playing around, adding stuff to the shop that you'll see later this year that I just was having fun with. I was like, we don't have as much of this as I want. So I just started building. I
make the rules
That's
around
right.
here.
So I just started dropping stuff. They're not live on the shop yet, but they will be. Anyway, don't forget that tomorrow, Tuesday, is Giving Tuesday, okay? And everything we do, we give back to charity with. So 10% of everything we earn, everything we sell, goes back to making sure that people get to play baseball, okay? That's the whole point we're here. That's all we're doing. All right. So this month, everything we're doing right now is autism awareness. That's what we've been doing all of April. So jump on the shop, get yourself something nice so that we can donate more money to alternative baseball and get people playing the game that we love. All right. So tomorrow is Giving Tuesday. You can do it today. You can do it tomorrow. Whatever. Just don't forget to jump on the shop, get yourself something nice, get something for your sweetie, or whatever it is, and then we can make some donations.
That's right. And it is May, but we're still doing autism awareness.
That's right. Totally. We're always doing autism awareness.
But don't forget. For sure. But don't forget to jump on baseballtogether.com. You can watch the podcast. You can read about baseball. You can listen to the podcast as well. That's what I meant to say there. But anywho, you can also submit to the mailbag. Send us questions, comments, concerns, snide remarks. We love those. And baseball family, everybody, stay safe out there, and we will catch you next week.